Yo guys, so today we're going to be going over the compositor inside of Blender. Let's go. Okay, cool guys. So here we are over on the PC. So this over here is one of my renders. You can see the video that I've made on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to quickly set this all up. So firstly, let's just get all these render parts set up so we can go to compositing. Okay, so let's go to render parcels and then let's go click on mist, denoising data, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, actually let's go add a cryptomatte. So just click on object and then that will be it. Okay, so firstly go to your camera and then go to viewport display and click on mist like this so you can see this line. Okay, and then go, once you've done that, so this is a mist pass, which is basically like the depth, so you just want to change the setting for it. So go to the world and then go to mist pass and change the depth and drag it up until this little, the further dot is stuck through the wall. So just drag it up like this there. So I'll show you what the mist pass looks like in the end, but yeah. Okay, so that's the mist pass. And then let's go, so now you're going to render your image and then we can go to compositing. See, okay, so here we are. I've rendered out my image, and then all you can do, you can close this and then go to compositing. Okay, so once we're over in the compositor, click on use nodes and that will generate a render result, have a output composite like this. Okay, so if you have the node wrangler add-on enabled, you can click this render result and go control shift left click and get a viewer node, and then that will show you the left side and the right side. Actually, it'll be a render layers node like this, and then you can see the image plugs into composite and then have the viewer node. Okay, so we're gonna have it like this. Okay, so for me, by default, you will be able to see the backdrop like this. I just unchecked it because what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag this down and change this to a image editor, split this in half. Left side is going to be render result, and then right side is going to be viewer node. Okay, so the viewer node is this node. So if you don't have that in, then you won't get anything in viewer node. Okay, so I'm going to go shift and right click to join these together, and let's start going over the different compositing things that you can do. So firstly, you can see we have like quite a few different thingies like this. So you can see if we go control shift left click on mist, so you can see like the background is completely white, the character is like gray, the microphone's darker, the chair's lighter, and the monitors are black. So what we can do with this is if we go get a color ramp, wrong one, on the mist pass, if we get a color ramp and then start dragging these up, then we can only select, we'll just get it so it's only selecting the background like that. Okay, and then add in a second one with a white, and then just drag this back until it's only the monitors, and then add another one for black for getting the character, so you can see like that. Okay, so now we've only selected the monitors. I mean, we've selected the whole character to be black, and what happens now is if we go add, so let's plug this back in here and then get a blur like this, and change it, the image to the size, and then change it to 100. Okay, never mind, that doesn't work. What you're gonna do, so once you have this, so I'm just gonna set it to like a size of 100, whatever, just whatever, so we can get a base. What you're gonna do is gonna add a mix, and then the other image is gonna be the clean image, and then you're gonna use the FAC. Okay, so let's invert these. Okay, and then we can maybe like feather these out and have less blur. So change your blur to like 10, just to blur everything a bit more. Okay, so this is already getting a bit like super, what's it, full, whatever. So you can see, so we have this to be like the FAC for the blur, and then we're just mixing the clean and the dirty image, or the clean and the, you know, normal and then the blurred image. Okay, one other thing you can do is you can denoise, so like there, denoise, and you plug the denoising image and then denoising albedo like that. Okay, and then we're also going to use that for the image to plug into the blur. Okay, so I can see the image is a lot cleaner. Then now if we bump up this blur, so change it like 30, you can see it looks a lot better than before when we didn't have the denoise. So you can see, so we added some background blur in post, and it doesn't have, it doesn't like add any render time. Okay, so now we have it like this. So this is looking pretty nice, and yeah, okay. So you could add some extra things like a glare node. So what that will do is just add to the light, so you can see without it, and then I like changing it to a fog glow. And sometimes you can see like afterwards it doesn't really change that much. So what may be better is if you just get rid of that there, and then you pop it on here like before. Okay, so that actually doesn't help because we only have it on one of the images. So what we can do is if we drag this back, then we can draw in these together. So shift right click, and then we can go take this glare node, Control X to get rid of it, and then glare, and put it over here. Change this to fog glow. It has some like glow on the lights. Okay, so that looks quite nice. You could change it to streaks if you want. It's just a different way of adding the glow. You can see there, so it adds like that. So it depends on what you want, and you can change like the settings of it. So that'll probably be pretty bright. Change the fade, and then that will make it so you can see like that. That's way too much. So change to like 0.9 or something lower. It was 0.9 before, so let's try 0.95. See it like that, so you can see. So it's like now quite big. So I'm just going to change it back to fog glow, and yeah. So just adds a small touch. And then in terms of like color grading your image, you can go add a color, and then you have a couple different nodes. So you can have a color balance, which I quite like this image or this node. So you can see here, so you can change like the darkness. I'm actually just going to like mute these all so we can just do the color grading. So you can see so you can change like the darkness of the image. And in so that's the lift. So the lift is like the dark parts. Gamma, you can see. So that's like the middle, I'm pretty sure. That's like the midtones, and then the gain is like the highlights. And you can change the colors of them. So like the highlights will be blue, and then so you can change all the different colors of each part. So I quite enjoy using that node. It gives you quite a lot of control over like each part of the image, color grading, so like that. Okay. And then we could maybe go, so there's other nodes, so let's just mute this again, color, and then we can go, so you have like exposure and gamma, so that will just change it, like how bright it is. Then you have where is it? RGB curves. So that's kind of like a standard one for it. So then you can just start messing around with the curves of the image. You can change the red, green, and blue, and the black and like the whole color levels. Basically the same thing as like you changing stuff in the color management over here, like this. But yeah, so there, and then you also have like some super weird ones like color correction, like this one. So if you want to use it like this, yeah. So you also have like which other can you use? To use saturation. So say you wanted to add some more saturation to your image, you just pop that on, bump up the saturation like that. So that's basically all the color grading. So let's just unmute these. So okay, that looks fine. So now we can unmute all of these settings. So there. So this is what we have right now. So something else you can do is the cryptomatte. So I'll show you how to set up the cryptomatte now. So let's actually just like remove all of these. We'll set them back up later. So let's just go over how the cryptomatte works. So if you go add a cryptomatte node, cryptomatte legacy, so like this. This is how I know how to use it. So you plug your cryptomatte object into so you just line them up like this. So you put them in, there should be like 3 inputs. You just plug them in like this, and then image, okay? And then you put in your image to your viewer, and okay, yeah. So what you do, you go over to the pick, okay? So what you can do with the pick is you can add plus, and then you can choose a specific object. So let's say we want to change the color of his hair. It's like that, okay? So now you can see the viewer pops up with his hair. So what we can do now is if we wanted to change the color of his hair, we can just go, so you can see image, matte, and pick. So you can now go like color, what's it? So color ramp, well, not color ramp, color balance. Okay, no curves, RGB curve. So now you can change just the exposure of the hair. You could like change the color. I will do another video on how you can add in some different, you can change just the actual color of the object. So yeah. Okay, cool. So I've deleted all those other nodes so we can bring this back. I quite like the look of this. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to do, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, so basically if you want to get your thing back, so you plug your noisy image, your denoise and normal and albedo into the denoise, and you'll drag your your mist into the color ramp, just so you can make sure that you have the thing back in. And then we plug this back in, and you can see once it composites, you can see you have your nice looking image. Yeah, cheers. Yo guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to use a compositor inside of Blender. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe for more Blender videos just like this. Cheers.